Hi there, it's Debbie from Nature's Caress. I'm back again after a couple of years. I decided to get making some more YouTube videos of my soap creations and other creations. I make bath bombs and lots of skincare products. Today I'm going to make a unicorn soap, so I'm going to make it in fairly standard loaf mould, and I'm going to put a heart, melt and pour heart through the centre. It's just made from a Colin mould, which is really easy, and that looks lovely when you cut the soap. I'm also going to put some lovely little unicorn embeds on top, which are these here. I just bought the mould at Kmart, really cheapy mould, and I've put some melt and pour soap in it, obviously, white colour, and then I've put these little mica coloured in with mica and rubbing alcohol to get lovely effect. I'm also going to put some little hearts on top and a few little other bits and pieces as well, and some glitter. So please come along with me. I'd love to share my experience. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, I'm back. It's been a while since I've done this, so be patient. I think we should get through it okay. So obviously I've got my oils and my lye at room temperature, so I will just add my lye now. This is my standard recipe that I use, which is just 4 oils, coconut, olive, sunflower and rice bran. I find this works really well, and I can, you know, do it at a relatively reasonable price for my customers, because I find a lot of people, you know, can't spend a lot of money on a soap bar, so I don't add all the other goodies in my standard soaps. Okay, so I'm just going to stick blend that just to emulsion, because I need to work with it. That's good enough, because as I say, I need to mix the colours in and do a drop swirl, so I want to be able to have time to play with it. So what I'm going to do now is this recipe is 1600 grams of oils, which will, you know, be about 2.3 kilograms of actual volume. So I'm just going to measure off 1100 grams for the main white base. So that's what I'll do now. I can't really bring you into the frame, but I'm just going to measure this. Okay, so I've got 1100 in this jug here, which I'm going to use for the main colour, and then these here I'm going to actually just put off into 2 jugs, because that's what I'm going to put the green and the yellow into to match my unicorn theme. So I'll just fill these up. I think that's enough, because I don't want that to be overpowering. I'll put the rest into there, because it doesn't matter. I want the white to show, because I've got the bright pink embed going in there, the heart embed, so I want that to feature as well. Okay, so now I've got the 3 jugs ready to go. I'll pop the white into here. This is the titanium, it's water soluble titanium, it's just mixed. I might have to add a bit more, I'll see how I go. I'll put the green into here. Now I've added a bit of titanium into that as well, because I sort of want that a bit pastel-y as well. I don't want it super bright, so I'll just put a bit and I'll see how I go. I might add more. It's all trial and error with colours, so I'll see how we go. That's looking good. I'll try this one. think that's good enough. I don't want it any brighter than that, so I'll put these colours away before I spill them. And I'll put the white titanium. I've already put that in there, but I think I'm going to need a bit more, so I'm going to add a bit more. I'll just give that a blend up and see what I end up with, if it's white enough. Yeah, that's good. The thing with titanium, if you add too much, also you can make it chalky. I've done that right back in the beginning of my soaping journey, about 5 years ago, trying to make it really white, and then it's brittle and that's no good. I think this will be nice. It'll probably go whiter. That's pretty good. I'll do the green. That off because I don't want the yellow to go a funny colour, so when I mixed them up before it tended to do that. Okay, put that over there and I'll mix up my yellow. Good, all mixed in good. Now with the fragrance oil, I'm just going to mix it in by hand, because again, I know it plays okay. The one I'm using today is Love Spell, and it's a lovely fragrance to work with, but even still, I've still got a bit of time up my sleeve then. If you mix it in with a stick blender, before you know it, it's going thick, and you just run into trouble. So it's just better, I've learnt, just to take your time. It'll all work out better that way. Put that over there. So what I'm going to do now is to actually do the drop swirl into here, and then I'll bring my put a little bit into the actual mould, and then I'll lay in my pink embed. That's what I'm going to do. Now I need to just stick blend that just a wee bit more, because I want it to be thick enough to hold. That's better. Titanium actually sets up quicker, I find, than normal colours. Some colours don't play good either, but generally the titanium sets up quicker. As you can see, it's thick now, reasonably thick. So what I'll do, that's good now. I'm just going to do a droppy in there, bit by bit. This is getting thick too, so I'm going to go round. Get that out of there. That one. Do a bit more of the colour. There's no real way to do this. You just, it's all a bit of a lottery how it turns out, but that's the fun of making soap, because you just never know. And most of the time it looks absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So not many times. If you get your colour combination right, there's no problem, as long as you don't muddy them. That's the secret as well. That's what I find. It's just, a lot of it's just trial and error with soap making as well. And it takes a bit of practice. And you work out what you like to do, I find. See, I love doing these. I love the swirly effect in a soap. I've done lots of other different things, layers and all that, but I don't know, this looks pretty good. So, what I'm going to do now is just wipe this down. So I can bring my mould over and show you what I'm doing. I'm just going to give this a little swirl like so, just a bit, and that's enough, because I don't want it to be muddied, as I said before, and I think that's pretty good. I think it'll match up the actual embeds, because I've got them to go on top, as I said before, and I think that'll be pretty dreamy with the pink. Okay, I'm just going to take them out of my way so that we've got plenty of room. Now I have to put the, what's the name in now, the actual fragrance oil. So I'll do that now. And I could have probably done that a bit earlier before the drop swirl, but lucky I didn't forget it, so that's something. So that definitely should have gone in before, because now I am going to get different colours coming through. But there's always something you forget to do, especially when you're filming. It gets a bit nerve-wracking. I don't want it to... Okay, it is what it is, so shame. So I wanted to have it a bit more broken up the colour anyway. That's what it is. So I'll be putting that in now like so. Now I have to let that set up a little while before I put the embed in, so I'll bring you back shortly. Okay, I'm back again. So it looks like it's sort of solid enough that I can put my embed in. So this is the heart one I made out of melt and pour. I got the actual mould, the column mould from Aussie Soap Supplies. So you just clip it together. I put some extra bulldog clips on it and everything. It's so easy. You just pour the soap. You can use it for cold process as well. I just find you get, it's just easier to do melt and pour. I'm just probably a bit lazy. So I'm going to pop that in there like so. I don't want it to go to the bottom, of course, but I need it to be a little bit further down so it's not right at the top. So that's looking good. And I'll pop this one in as well. I've cut it to size previously. So there we go. That's going to sit down there nicely. And then I can just put the rest of the soap on top and then get on with the next phase. So just push him along a bit that way. Okay, it's looking good. I'm hoping it's going to turn out good. So I'll put my rest of my soap on the top. It's starting to thicken up, so I've got to start getting on with it. And it looks like I've made a bit too much batter because I haven't used this mould for like about 3 years. And I measured it, and I always do a little bit more but it looks like this batch is a bit big. But I guess that's the thing with the embeds, taking up a fair bit of space as well, so I won't beat myself up about that one. Still seeing the colours coming through. Shame that I messed up with the fragrance oil, but that's a good thing to teach you anyway. So just, you know, do what you have to do. But got a lot of this over, so what I'll do is I'll just put it into a mould, but I'll get that sorted to start with. I'm just going to tap that down on the floor. And that's to get the air bubbles out, because you don't want any of them showing because they look awful. I'll clean up my mould a bit. I don't like being too messy. I want to be able to pipe on there and make it look beautiful. It's not going to matter if this is a bit lump, you know, like not flat, because we're going to put the piping on the top. So as I say, I've done a bit too much here, but it doesn't matter, I'll just use it up. It's a beautiful fragrance, people like it, and I give it to my loyal, wonderful customers that supported me over the last 5 years. I've got some that have been there right from the beginning, and I'd like to give them a free soap now and again as well. I'll just find a soap mould, I put that out of the frame, and find myself a soap mould to put the rest of this in. I might do some little flowers. No, actually I'll do this because then it's nice to give these away. And I can pop a little bit of piping on the top of them too. I'll just fix it up in a minute. still good enough to play around with, so that's good, because sometimes it's so thick. This fragrance oil is so good to work with, it doesn't cause a problem. I just bought a couple of new ones. I get them mostly from Aroma. I'm in Australia, obviously, and they're beautiful, but a few that I've just picked lately have got vanilla in it, so you can't use that. It just makes your soap go tan colour or sometimes brown, depending on the percentage. So I was going to use a gardenia or a frangipani today, but when I actually looked it up online and saw how much vanilla was in it, I thought, nah, can't do that. This has to be really beautiful soap, this one. So that's where I'm at. So I love Spell. That's actually, it's one of my favourite fragrance oils. But you know, you got to adapt and keep trying different things. So this little cake thingy, spatula or whatever you call it, I'm not a cake maker by any means, but this has been so handy. You can get it at any cake store, or I don't know where I think I did get it at Cook's Kitchen or somewhere like that, but you probably can get them at Kmart or whatever. I haven't looked. Now I'm just going to wiggle that a bit to get all the air out, because as I say, we're starting to thicken up. So you've got to do that to get the air out. This one's a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I can use that one, or give it to the grandkids, or give it to somebody I love. And a lot of my customers ideally do like them. They've just been so loyal to me, and I've got a couple of really ones that have been with me since the beginning of my journey, when I first made soaps, that I thought, you know, when I look back, I think, my God, but they were there for me. That's good. So I might just put a little, if I've got some, I think I've got some unicorns over, I might just pop them on the top when I'm finished. So I'm just going to put that out of the way for the moment. Over there. Put that in there like so. Okay, dokie. Clean up this again. Now I'll just turn you off for a while, because I'm going to get organised to do my piping, so I'll bring you along shortly. Okay, I'm back again. Pretty much ready to do the next batch. So this, I've just made up again a batch of oils, with the same oils that I used in the mould. So this one is, I'm not sure, I think I did about 900 grams in this one. I figure that'll be enough for the piping. So let's get on with it, get mixing, and then I'll just show you how I mix it, but I mean, that's nothing exciting. Again, I'm going to have just a white top, so that it doesn't take away from the actual, all the embeds that I'm putting in there. And so I'm going to put my fragrance oil in now, so I don't forget. Actually, I'll just give it a bit of a, yeah, I'll put it in, because I know it plays good. It's, as I say, it's only if you're not sure, or you know that you've got one that does accelerate, that you need to sort of be cautious and just stir it in at the end. I'm going to put my titanium in there now. Everything can go in, because we just mix it all up, and then I have to let it sort of get a little bit harder. I have to let it set a bit, obviously, for the piping. So do this. Up a little bit more to titanium, because I want it just a little bit whiter than that, so bear with me. I've got my titanium here. I'm going to put half a teaspoon in there, because it's just not white enough for my liking, and a tiny bit of water, because I water discount all my soaps. I only do a 2 to 1, you know, 2 parts water to 1 part lye. So you've got a lot more water up your sleeve, if you know what I mean, when you put it through the soap calc. So putting water and a bit of extra fluids in, like with your micas and everything, won't make any difference to the actual calculations. So we're good to go again. I think that'll do me. So I'm just going to turn it off for a while because I need that to set up, and then I'll show you how I put it in my piping bag and pipe. Okie dokie, I'm back again. As you can see, this is starting to set up, but it's good now. I'm just going to pour it into my piping bag. It's just a big one that I've bought a long time ago, again from a kitchen shop. I use the disposable ones for small amounts and stuff, but this is a big one, and I can use it, you know, like fill it right up to the top. So it's actually got a coupler that puts it on. So it's just the round tip I'm going to do today. And I use a PVC pipe to sort of hold it in there for me. Sometimes I clamp this off, but actually I probably will do that, but I bet I haven't got a clamp here. So I just took them all up to the house. No, I have. So what I do is I usually just clamp this off so that it, you know, if it's too runny, it's not too runny, but I'll just show you what I do so that then it holds the actual batter in there, and then you're not worried that it's, you know, running out the tip. So I'll just put that in there. I'm going to go with the I find this is a good way to do it because it holds it up. All these little things you sort of learn as you go along, you know. But I worked this one out way back, so I can actually, again, I've probably got too much batter, but I'll tweak it for the next time, so I'll know. This is, again, it's about 900, but I might need it. I'm going to put quite a bit of piping on the top, so let's see how we go. Okay, and we got it all out. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I've only just got a normal phone that I use for doing this, so it's not anything flash, but good enough. I'm getting an old duck now, so have to watch the pennies a bit. Okay, I'm going to pop that away and just get rid of that off my hands so I can do it well. Now I have to probably wait a little while because it's still too runny. So what I do is I take it out of this thingo, and I just lay it down and take this off now. Just push it down to there, and in about, I suppose, probably 5 minutes it should be ready to pipe. So I'll bring you back again. Okay, I'm back again, everyone. I just did a little test to make sure before I brought you back, so it's all looking good. So here I go. Let's see what we end up with. Now here I've done a bit of a boo-boo because, as I say, I want to get it through. You can see the lines on the mould. So that's where I cut, so I need to bring them into here. Bit out of practice, but only takes like riding a bike, get back on and you're right. It's just I find it easier in this piping bag because it's solid. You've sort of got more to hang on to when it starts to get a bit thicker. I just have to get my scraper out. Oh golly, what have I done with that? Here it is. I've got a really big one, but I can't see that at the minute, of course, so I'll just use my credit card thingy. So it gets a bit stuck in the top. Okay, we're back cooking with gas now. Can hang on to it when I've got a bit of space at the top that I can grab. I was going to do fancy tops, and I thought I haven't done a just one like this before, and I thought that might look good. This is a bit boring, so if you want to turn it off and come back later, feel free. So I hope everyone's doing okay with living in a world that's pretty awful at the minute. But I guess we're all in the same boat, so we've just got to soldier on, hey? Just scrape that down again. So I live in Dawesville, which is a suburb of Mandurah in Western Australia. We're about 70 kilometres from Perth. Which is a lovely place to live because we've got, where I am, we've got an ocean one side and an estuary the other. And it's really nice. I'm just going to take this glove off, it's annoying me. And yeah, it's beautiful. We've been here about 7 years now, so we just really love it. In our later years, we're both retired from our normal jobs, and I took up soap making about 6 years ago as a hobby because I just loved soaps, and then I sort of branched out. So I've got a website and I make lots of skincare products. So, not just soaps. Sorry, I have to get this coming down again. It doesn't look that crash hot at the moment, but it'll be good when I'm finished. Let's put some here. I just usually give this little bit away, someone can get something. And now I'll go down the middle, scrape it again. Typical, I've got a proper scraper here that works so well, but I don't know, can't see that. I'll find it as soon as I get off air. Okay, I'm going to go back here and put one, as I say, for my giveaways. This looks quite cute actually. I've never done just the normal round tip before. I'm going to have heaps of soap over, looks like. Again, as I say, I'll write it down for next time so I'll know. Put one in there, right? Got them everywhere. Finding this a bit hard on my hands today. What happens when you get an old duck like me? Anyway, still kicking, so that's all that matters, I guess. Now, should I do some more? What do you think? Along the side, I've got tons of stuff over. I might just do that as well because it'll probably look okay. Why not? Hope so. I don't want to waste the dough, the batter dough. I think I'm making bread. I'm probably saying, stop, stop, it's enough. But I don't want to waste it, you know. Some around the corner. Scrape it down again. I just don't know what I've done with the scraper. I'll just try this one, it might work a bit better. Okay, back on deck here. Oh, look at it. Looks like a, I don't know what it looks like really. But it looks okay, I think. We will see. Just fill in the gaps, eh? I watched a lot of YouTubes when I started, and Katie Carson, I think she was Katie White then, when she first started before she got married, and she's had babies and everything now. I followed her lots and lots and watched every video she made. She's such an unreal gorgeous person in the US, and she's made a real career out of it, a real business, and supports her family. So it's so fabulous that she's doing that. And so yeah, I picked up a lot of tips from her. She does a lot of high tops like this. I'm going to do one more on the top, and I just hope I'm not overdoing it. But it's done now, so we'll see. Then I'll start putting my embeds. I watched a really good thing. Shout out to Karen from Eden Secret as well. She's an amazing soap maker, fabulous. Shares all her ideas, because it's just amazing community really, and there's no point hiding your recipes or hiding anything, because you should feel confident in your own world, I think, and that's how we all learn. So yeah, she's amazing as well. I can't use any more of this, so what I can do with this, I can use it for soap dough. So I'm just going to leave it in here, and then when it sets up and hard, I'm going to use soap dough, because I make lots of flowers and all sorts of things with it. So I'll just leave it in there for now. Now I've got to work out where I'm going to put my embeds. So what I wanted to do here was sort of put some mica over the top. So I think I'll do that first, because I don't want to cover my embeds. Now I've made that up already. It's like it's called, what's it called? Bedazzled mica. I bought it, you know, ages ago. As you do, I've got lots of micas. And you just mix it with, you just mix it with rubbing alcohol till you get the consistency that you want. So it's gone a bit thick now, so I'm going to put a little bit more rubbing alcohol in it. And the rubbing alcohol just evaporates. It's not like, doesn't cause an issue or anything like on your skin. It's just a medium to put with the mica so that you can squirt it on. So I thought that might look nice, because I'm going to, as I showed you before, I've got the gold and the pink, and I hope I'm not overdoing it, and I've got the actual unicorns. So I thought I'd put the unicorns on one side, put the gold little hearts on the other, and put these little things in between, like so. But I wanted to first off put some of this, squirt some of this mica on. So I'll just get a pipette. I'll see if this is, I might have to cut the tip off. Let's see how we go. Yeah, it's too thick at the minute, so I'm going to have to get some scissors. I'll be back in a minute, sorry. Okay, back again. I had a change of plans, because it didn't work with the rubbing alcohol, and I don't think that's what I used to do. I've been so used to making bath bombs lately, and that's what I have to mix up to paint them. So I've just used a little bit of sunflower oil and mixed it up with the actual mica again, and now I'm cooking. So I'm just going to drizzle, not much, because I don't want it much, because I want the other things to make the statement, but it's just a bit of something extra, like it make it look pretty. And as I say, it could turn out not so great, but I'm hoping it will, because lots of effort goes into making soap, and I just want it to look beautiful. And hopefully show you some ideas that you can do yourself, because it's not hard. Just got to plan ahead. I've been planning this for a couple of days to get it how I want it. Okay, I think that's good. What do you think? I might just turn it around and see what I I've got on this side because I don't want it to be lopsided and more mica on the other than that one. So that's good. Just a little bit more here, dribbling down. They're good. That looks beautiful. I'm happy with that. I'm glad I went with that because I was going to do gold and I thought, nah, I'll do the silver. So that's that. Now I've got to do the embeds and that's scary. So I'm going to take my gloves off for this because it's too tricky. So I'm going to put one in here. So that's where I got to cut in. So I'll go and get all them. All got to face the same way, obviously. Put that one in here. See, I've got my lines written down, so I think it's going to be dreamy. Hope so. Hope you can see it okay. I'll just try and bring it in a bit closer. Hold on. Okay, I'm back again. I can't work out how to make it closer, so I'm going to have to go to the drawing board and do some research. But anyway, we're all good at the minute, so I'll just keep going with my embeds. I'm just going to wash my hands because it looks like I've got some oil on them. I don't want to smudge, that one's a bit smudgy, so I'll put this in here. I'm smudging it again. Okay, that's beautiful. That one in as well, and I'll just keep going with them. The soap's starting to harden up, so I've got to work fast now because otherwise I won't get them in, and I want the little unicorns to look beautiful, which they do so far. So good. I love them. It's been a fair bit of work doing these. I got the unicorn, well, I've had the unicorn little mould for about 3 or 4 years now, because I made a few batches of unicorn soaps way back, and then I made a lot of special sort of soaps, and then I sort of went off doing them and just went back to making everyday soaps for people because that's what I sell the most of. I get told all the time they're beautiful, but people just want a normal everyday soap most of the time. But these would be lovely for gifts or for kids, I guess. They love unicorns, don't they? So anyway, what was I going on about? Oh, the mould. Yep, they just got them at Kmart, $3 I think, and they're really good. So I just used I didn't have white melt and pour. I just used clear and put some titanium in it, and then painted them. So as I say, they're just painted with micas, or I think I used micas. Yeah, and some rubbing alcohol, and you just get it to the right consistency where you can paint. And these were really easy because they've got little indents in them, so well, they weren't difficult to paint at all. They were really easy, and you just choose what you want to do, and that's what you have to do. Okay, so I've got one in every one. I can put some in those little soaps over there that I said I was going to give to my friends, friendly customers. I think I should put them in there because they look nice. What will I do? No, it's gone a bit hard. No, too late. Too late, too late, she cried. That was way back the soap that I made before, the inside, so it's not the piping. Okay, they're looking good. Now I'm going to do hearts on this side. So I'll put them like so, I think. One, and then I might go back and do another one. I don't know, this is all just trial and error really. Haven't done it like this before. This is just a new way. You've got to get them to stay in, so that's what I'm doing, pushing them in hard because it's already setting up. See, it doesn't take long, does it? You can't sort of fiddle fart around too much, excuse the expression, but you really can't because soap just goes. I mean, this will be ready to cut probably in about 8 hours time. So oh gosh, this is just so dreamy. I hope it's not over the top though. Anyway, tomorrow will tell, and I'd love you to give me your opinion. If you do watch this and you want to give me some comments, I appreciate it. Negative or positive, I take it all on my shoulders, because that's how you learn, don't you? Definitely how you learn. And that's it. I put one in there. I'm getting carried again. I usually get carried away because I can't stop, but less is more, as my sister has always telling me. But I can't do less is more, really. Okay, that's around the corner. Now I have to put these little, make sure they're all pushed in good. And so they're going the right way, so that's good. Now I need to put some of these on. I hope I'm not. It's looking okay. I don't know. I just thought I didn't want to do sprinkles. And I put Epsom salts on things, but sometimes they don't look that crash hot. And I found this mould because I've got thousands of moulds I've purchased over the years that I hardly ever use, but they're there, and this was there for this day. And they're, I just thought, yeah, little squares might do good. I don't know. I don't know what this means, but just gives it a bit of colour. And I was going to do balls, and then they didn't look right to me, so I thought, do these. And we'll see. At least it's matching in the colour of the unicorn inside. That was the idea. So when we cut it, it might look really specky. It might not. We'll see. Put one around the corner. Should I put them this side? Probably not, eh? I don't know. Look, I've gone this far, I may as well, because it's probably over the top anyway, so I'll just keep going. I won't put one there though. I might put something on the top, but I won't. I'm going to hold back from that one. And then I need to put some, spritz it with some rubbing alcohol, and I've got some eco-friendly glitter now. So we've got to do our bit. And it'll be done. And then we've just got to wait for the cut. See what happens later. Okay, there we go. All right, done it again. Okay, and as they say, so I'll spritz it a bit, and I'll pop some glitter on it. So I bought some new glitter from Aussie Soaps. It's you know, as I say, eco-friendly, and it's just the plain. Well, it's not plain. It's got all different pretty colours in it. And when you do glitter, you get it everywhere. Even my husband's got it on his face somehow. He gets it from just walking past me. And I say to him, lucky people don't look at you. But you can get it off when you have a shower. Oh gosh, it's not. Golly, I hope I don't drop it on it. Wouldn't that be awful? This isn't coming out that good. Yes, it is. I just can't see it. Okay, I think I'll stop now. What do you reckon I should? Now, I'll show it to you up close. Yeah, I'll turn it around and show you the little unicornies. Hi, I'm back again. I'm sorry I didn't get you to watch the cut, but I'm running out of power and storage on my phone. So I hope you like them. They turned out pretty okay, I think. As I said before, the fragrance oil would have been better before I stirred. I would have got more definition of the colours, but I'm pretty happy. If you're interested, please They'll be on my website for sale. And if you like this, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. More coming soon. Bye. Thanks for watching.